Well, Daddy, has it changed?
What changed, boy?
The estate, since you were last home.
Scarcely had time to unpack, boy, and it'll only inspect 10 years' wear and tear. Dread to think what horrors are lurking.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Oh.
How's it going out the back? Over to you, Excellency.
To the left, boy, to the left! To the left!
I'm trying to go left, Daddy. Morty's blocking me.
Am I entirely convinced this is the most favourable mode of entry?
Well, I can't go any further on my side.
If you could endeavour, Boyd, not to thrust 15 foot of Norway spruce up my nostril.
Get your weight behind it, boy! Currently running well behind schedule.
Right.
Whoa!
I think it's stuck.
Okay, Excellency, where are we headed with this tree?
I'm wondering, Pa, since this is usually Joanna's domain, whether we shouldn't be consulting her when she gets up.
Get up, Morty. Time's 8:03 a.m. Half the day gone already.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour.
I've said no. End of story. Oh, come on. You get behind the wheel if it's that desperate. If? Do you know how much I've got to come up with? And whose fault's that? Who is it spend 500 quid on that kid in one afternoon? So? He's 4 years old, Carmen. What passes for your head? Yes or no? Are you driving or what? No. Come on, Spum. Wait till you need a favour. You'll scrap the skin off your knees before I lift a finger.
Oi! Do you mind? Some of us are trying to get some kick.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Dee-dee-da-da-dum-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-um-ba-dee-dee-dee.
These messes to get through already behind. Darling got those boxes unpacked.
Is he just settling in, or is this going to be part of the course?
May as well set up camp here till new posting materialises. Right. Item 1. Old Ghost at the bank wants to see me. What's all that about?
No firm thoughts. Financial matters would be one suggestion.
Do I take it we're economising on the heating?
Ah, yes. Several options spring to mind. A, the boiler's finally given up the ghost. B, the cheque for the fuel's been returned.
Returned? Nasal excavations unwelcome, thank you, Oliver.
Daddy, I just want you to know that my investment fund for the duck pond development is actually showing a small profit.
Pressing on. Item 2. Wine merchants. According to this, they've suspended our credit. Not clear why we need a credit facility. No major drinkers here, surely?
Reminds me, Morty. Bursar wondered whether you'd intended to overlook all his school fees for this term.
Not to mention my wages. Still owed from the back end of last month. And if it's all the same to you, I'll be wanting cash. Not another of those elastical checks that you go in for around here.
I don't want you to get the idea this is the norm, Pa. Just that you've caught us marginally on the hop, coming back rather earlier than envisaged.
Am I going to be stood here like bloody Piffy all day?
Dragging me off half dead at all hours.
It's nearly 10:30.
I need me Zeds or I don't function, do I?
Won't be long, Dad. You watch he doesn't ruin this jacket. Hey, and don't go on any walkabouts, will you?
Cash hiatus, as defined in latest cash flow projections, actually with us, as opposed to looming.
Yes. And no. Granted, the bank's refusing to extend our overdraft, and our end-of-year accounts show a shortfall of... I wouldn't want to commit myself to a precise figure, but something in the region of...
I think the use of the word debacle are not inappropriate here, Morty.
Looks like you got back in the nick of time, Excellency.
Yes, indeed. And marvellous to have you back, Daddy. I think I speak for us all when I say that...
Not again, thank you, boy. Pleasantries can't be accommodated in our present schedule. Think we'd better examine the full extent of this fiasco, Mort. Phoenix, get all that down?
Sure thing, Excellency. Full report coming up ASAP.
Good.
You want a copy? You got it. Give me 5 minutes.
Well, I didn't know about you, but having Daddy back again, can't think of a better way to start the new year.
Shaking your hand, seeing your smile, feeling your face.
Turn it up, I would, you deaf old cackhead.
No more, you little bastard, before I come down there and rag your tail off.
No time, Gran. I've already had me tea.
May I say to you that we're very...
You'll get put away, you know. The council bloke that come yesterday trying to serve them eviction papers gets halfway up the stairs, she nearly took his head off.
What, the air rifle?
No, the shotgun. This is it, you know. This is the last time. Left. It bloody is. I've got my City and Guilds now. I'm qualified. I don't need it.
This'll do.
I thought we'd agreed on 12 being the official watershed, Joanna. At least that was my reading of the gist of our conversation.
You misread it, Maud. Not before 12, unless under severe stress, was my undertaking. Chronic stress levels have been operating since your father and that woman set foot in this house.
Yes. A Christmas arrival one hadn't looked for.
What the hell is Boy doing now?
Is that Otto he's after?
Oh, come on, Otto. You've had a good life. It's all in a good cause.
That's the camel's back. Just give way, Mrs. T. Fair enough. You've fallen on hard times. But if he thinks that roaster's finding his way into my kitchen, into my oven, after I've fed, watered and striven with his soul the last 6 months...
What exactly is going on?
Well, it's him, isn't it, His Excellency, the blooming ambassador? Who else in his right mind goes looking to make a few economies by slaughtering the family pet for supper? Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. T, but if poor Otto gets his neck wrong, that's the kitchen looking for another cook. And while we're on the subject, our Fergal says to tell you, if that bugger rings us once more at 3:30 in the morning asking for cream crackers and bovril. Davila?
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
That was beautiful, though. Merry Christmas.
It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. Keep me blood sugar up.
Just get on with it.
Oh, wicked. T-Rex, telegram Sam. I've got to listen.
Deck.
Shit. You got taste, love. Mark Bowling's gone. Metal Guru, is it you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shift yourself! Get it! I've had this. I'm going down the job centre tomorrow. I'm going to sort a proper job, and that's definite.
Well done, Deck. Another stunning performance. Don't bother going home. Head for Strangeways. Might as well, save them the bother of coming to fetch you.
They'll have to catch us first.
Yeah? And what's the problem? By tomorrow they'll have your grid up in every nick from here to Blackburn. Move it. Aren't you going to say something?
About what?
Odd how we've managed to find our way to dinner without a bell all these years.
Entrees before soup. Derville had taken leave of her senses.
Derville's taken leave full stop. Apparently she was a bit cheesed off about this morning's massacre and our inability to pay her wages.
Something of an overreaction, I'd have thought.
I don't see why we need Derville. You see, there's no mystery to her cuisine.
I suppose Fergal's gone with her.
Afraid so. Don't think he was too keen on being dragged up at 4 a.m. daily to kickstart the central heating.
Something for nothing that type's looking for. I can't say I feel the loss too keenly.
Hello.
Ali, what are you doing here?
Well, well. Prodigal returns. How is our pet Stravinsky?
Broke, homeless, out of work. And I've just split up with Francesca.
Darling, what a busy boy you've been.
Hello, Dad. You look well.
Oh, I wasn't aware that you'd intended to grace us with your presence, Alistair.
No, well, a few things cropped up.
Ah, we'll doubtless have time to touch on them later. Can't disrupt the schedule at this short notice. Phoenix needs to issue an amendment to accommodate late arrival.
What? I wasn't expecting to see you.
Where His Excellency has need of me, thither shall I follow.
How's it going, Halls?
3 guesses.
Joining us or not, Alistair? Either way, suggest we press on with the matter in hand.
Can I serve you, Ali, please? It is my own recipe.
What happened to Derville?
Your father.
There's something in my soup.
Well, it's only a bit of claw. Waste not, want not, eh, Daddy?
It's not Otto.
Do you know, I don't think I'll bother.
Mais tu n'as pas du faim? Well, I'll have it then.
Any chance of you plucking the bird next time, Boyd?
In case anyone's interested, I shall be driving into town tomorrow to investigate the possibilities of finding a replacement for Derville. To start immediately.
I liked Otto. I don't see why I should eat him.
On the whole part, I think I'm marginally in favour of Joanna's suggestion.
Spent hours in my kitchen.
In your bloody kitchen, working. I'd like to see you do better.
Gas, milk, lecky phone, rent, catalogue, pools.
What's the damage? How much?
It's 6 months' worth. He's not paid out since his compensation came through.
Dad, you know that cheque? You are meant to spend it, you know. It's supposed to be compensation for your accident. The bills, Dad.
It's mounting up. We'll get evicted, we'll get cut off. And what about your leeks? They'll get repossessed and all.
Good King Wenceslas last looked out on the feast of Stephen.
Oh, he'll have the goat once too often, he will.
So what are we going to do about these?
They'll have to bloody whistle for it.
That night, though the frost was cruel.
Can I come? I don't think so, sweetheart. Stay and play with Dad.
Play? With Dad?
Well, you know what I mean. Recite your Latin proverbs for him.
You never take me with you.
Darling, I've got an important errand. You come with me next time.
It's always next time.
I promise you, darling, if you came, you wouldn't enjoy it.
Don't enjoy it here.
Joanna! Word to the wise. Since our return, granted 10 days, not a lot to go on, but the Gaelic person, Doreen.
Dervler?
I didn't feel she was quite the thing for us. I'd be grateful if you could come up with a cook who was more our sort of person, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, Roger.
Fancy dressing here, dog?
Job centre.
What they're looking for? Guard dogs?
My dad's back from his walkabout. See you later, Dad.
Can I help you? I know it's a bit of a tall order, but I'm looking for a cook to start immediately, and I'd like to see the cream of what you have on your books. Miss Belcher. Petula. Your qualifications seem rather impressive. What else can I tell you? It's to start immediately. The hours are challenging. Wages are not extraordinary.
No, they're not, are they?
It would be to live in. Have you ever been away from home before?
No.
How do you feel about that?
Can't wait.
This is, how can I put it, very much what my father-in-law insists on describing as a top-grade position. I mean, what he would call up there on the social register. How do you feel you would fit in?
Dunno.
I'm afraid I've got to be honest. You're really not at all what he would consider his sort of person.
I've got a job.
I'm the Three Bears. Living cook. Diplomatic family's country residence. Give over.
I start tomorrow.
Christmas Eve?
That's right. And it's bloody miles off, so you lot can start looking for another mug to drive you.
She'll be back before New Year.
Don't bet on it. Look, I wouldn't go. But if I don't make a run for it now, I never will.
might have seen you last week.
Beth's been getting heavy. We might have to cool it for a bit.
What do you mean?
I mean me, you know. Do the biz, put in the odd appearance at home. It's only till I get her to sign over the shares and the villa, and then I'm going to whack in that divorce.
You mean not get a flat together?
Now's not a good moment. Do you know what I mean? Hey, listen. I want to be there, and I want you there, keeping sheets warm for us. There's no way I'm going to jeopardise the future for the sake of rushing things. Don't go weepy on me. How's our kid?
When are you coming to see him?
I'll give you a bell.
When?
When the coast's clear. Trust me. I'll be in touch.
Down the abattoir, where he had his accident, yeah.
And what exactly is his disability?
His head.
Sorry?
Gone cockeyed. Not that you'd notice. I mean, he never was all there even before the beef clobbered him. Doctors reckoned he'd be traumatised for life. 16 ton of frozen beef cascading onto his head. He were out cold for a week.
Well, that's appalling. Does he suffer at all?
Oh, no. He sings. I mean, he used to sing before, but he would talk and all. Now it's just songs.
You're joking.
Can you blame him? I'd sing if they give us 20 grand and even lob in a couple of somersaults.
20 grand?
Compensation. He could be living the life of Riley now if it weren't for me gran telling him to save it for a rainy day. By my calculations, we hit the monsoon months ago. Oh my God.
And I just ran out of notepaper.
Hi, catch you later. His Excellency's really buzzing.
His what?
My father-in-law, Roger Tundish. His Excellency, the Ambassador to San Andres, recently recalled. You won't know the place, I dare say.
No, where is it?
Somewhere in the rectum of Central America. About the size of an outside laboratory, with much the same smell. Chief exports dysentery and some filthy tasting exotic fruit, vaguely resembling a death watch beetle. Wouldn't be the pinnacle of most diplomatic careers, but it's the pinnacle of Roger's. I'll spare the introduction for now. That's the kitchen, by the way.
All my cons, I see.
That apparition was Phoenix, his PA. She does everything except cook. One is grateful for small mercies. It's rather basic, I'm afraid. My father-in-law's never felt the staff quarters warranted his attention. As you can see, it's not exactly spacious, though I'm told at one time it housed about 20 servants.
What were they, sardines?
I'll leave you to settle in, and then, I'm afraid, duty calls.
Then naught is heard but paradise bird, harp, dulcimer, lute, and cymbal, trump and timbrel, and the tender soothing flute. With cymbal, trump and timbrel, and the tender soothing flute.
You come up with anything to replace Devler?
I did, actually.
Jolly good.
Jesus.
You're not really singing that tomorrow.
I thought I might, yes. Father Casper's all for involving the flock. Ah, you're wearing trousers.
Well spotted, Maud.
I'm not convinced Pa would be 100% in favour.
Well, let's just say I'm feeling a bit reckless. Speaking of which...
Where on earth did that come from?
Well, you must know it was growing on one of the trees outside the paddock. So even your father can't quibble about the expense.
Blast.
What?
Pesky parasite. I thought I got rid of it from those trees. Have to get up there with systemic weed killer.
Do you know, Mort, sometimes I feel almost tempted to decapitate you.
On the whole, Jar, I think I'm possibly rather sorry to hear that.
Jesus hath the garden. Jesus hath the garden.
Oh. Hello. Oh, you must be the new one.
Cook, yeah, Petula. Who are you?
I'm Alistair. Tundish. How do you do? Oh, is that tea?
Well, I thought it was, but it tastes a fly killer.
Oh, no, that's Earl Grey. The flavour's bergamot.
Don't you have any proper stuff?
No idea. Oh, I don't actually live here. I'm based in London. Correction, was.
So, what's your game then?
Well, I like to think of it as music. I'm a musician. I play the guitar, the mandolin, and piano, compose and arrange, that sort of thing.
One of them artistic types, are you?
Yeah, well, that's one way of describing me. My father's not usually so complimentary. Parenting isn't a skill they teach at the Foreign Office.
Hi. I'm Phoenix. As in the bird. As in the legend.
Oh, this is Petula.
Petula. Let me guess. From the Latin? Petula, a petal? Petula, petula, petulam. A flower. A blossom. A...
Clark.
I beg your pardon.
As in Clark. Petula. My dad had a thing about her, you know. Downtown.
Got that. Now you get this. I am personal secretary to His Excellency. As part of which function I sew, I darn, I type, I take dictation. I make interesting little models out of leftover dough, which I fire, paint, and give to my friends at Christmas. I make it my business to learn 10 new facts every day. And it is to this I attribute my extraordinary capacity to put my finger on the right answer before you've even finished asking the question.
Phoenix? I seem to have mislaid my...
Sorry, Dad. Can I introduce you? This is Petula. She's our new cook.
Come on, don't be like that. You're not pleased to see me.
Someone said you weren't coming back till New Year.
It was a terrible tease out of someone. Let me get his facts right. Because you and I know that tonight's what we agreed.
Look, I'm still a bit short. I'll have it. I mean, I can get it.
And I believe you. Tomorrow?
It's a bit tight.
Hey, come on. I'd love to say forget it. Problem is, it's not mine to forget. See, I've been banking on that little wad of cash. Get me out of a bit with Ben. And this particular Ben, well, he's not as patient as I am. So I'm counting on you, Carl. What's all that about?
I owe him.
How much?
Enough.
You got it?
Oh, what do you think?
Oh, nice one. What are you going to do?
Get it.
Well, a Merry Christmas to you and all.
No point in beating about the bush. The ring.
I'm sorry?
Question, how did it get there? Only one possible route. Mucous membrane. That issue can't be sidestepped. Morte, person responsible for our comestibles. Question, can nose ornamentation ever be compatible with hygiene? My instinct is not what we're after. have this at the embassy, Phoenix?
A feast is set before a diplomat, Daddy.
Well done, Mort. There's yours.
Oh, oh, thanks.
Moose. Chipmunk. Iguana. Coyote. And yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Oh, brilliant, Mum. How did you guess?
Can't imagine.
It's not huge, but it's a thought that counts. Huh?
Thank you, darling.
I wondered, did I leave the price on?
$17.50 reduced to $12.99. Oh, thank you, Mort. I shall cherish them.
Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas, Daddy. It's a beehive. Tundish honey. We set up our own business. Well, it could be the answer to all our problems.
Well, grateful for your well-meaning but not altogether useful contribution, boy. Look, I suggest we try and wind things up here. Mass at 11. Looking forward to full turnout.
Ptarmigan.
How short you?
About £1,000.
Christ, where's it all gone?
Where do you think it's gone? Christmas.
Get Vincent to cough up.
Can't.
Why not?
Because.
Well, you're not going to rustle that up in a hurry.
I'll have to.
Compliments of the season. Just returning some items of lost property. Found them wandering down the hard shoulder of the M62.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Dad. It's happening much. Bye. Bye-bye. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Indescribably moving, my son. Caught the mood of the occasion admirably.
Thank you, Father. One does what one can.
Give me a wave. You can give me a wave?
Thank you.
Suggest you attempt something a little less ambitious next time, Morty. There has to be a next time.
Everybody sing along.
we cry. Your lantern chanty ring us. May you beautifully rhyme. Your leaf love song ye sing us. Ding ding dong, 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 ding ding. Hosanna in excelsis.
Sherry, on schedule. Thank you, Pamela. Now, if I can just briefly run through the timetable for the rest of the day. Christmas dinner, 3:15, following our monarch's address, prior to which we hear some of our modest achievements from the past year. Now, I'd like to place a time limit on this, 30 minutes max, so if we can make a start, boy. 29 minutes remaining.
Paddlesham 267? Yes, she is. Who should I say is calling? It's your sister.
Hello? Yeah? She's what? Oh, shit.
Well, I think I can say, in all modesty, I've achieved a great deal.
What are we going to do? She expects us to drop everything.
My directing debut at school, where I became the first teacher in the school's history to attempt a staging of Homer's Odyssey in Greek with a cast drawn entirely from the first year.
Would you like to take the call in the library?
Can I?
I've also been promoted to acting vice president of CLUFOS, the Clitheroe Unidentified Flying Object Society. Now, as you know, Oscar Tewson, Chewy, except to Mrs. Tewson, who calls him Nobby, has been missing for 3 months now. And although the police are pursuing their inquiries, as indeed is the building society where he used to work before the money disappeared, it's my belief, and the belief of the majority of CLUFOS members, that the messages that he's been receiving from the K Delta Blue alien spaceship, to which I give total credence, have in fact come to fruition, and that he's now with the aliens on their planet, being systematically enlightened so that on his return he'll be able to prepare the world, or at least this particular pochette of the Northwest, for the advent of the new era. Yes, well, anyway, it's all in all, it's been a very exciting time on the
Me gran.
front.
She's bloody
March,
slate's missing. She's only gone and shinned up the top of St. Mike and All Angels and said she's going to dive.
Dive?
It's a protest. The council want to evict her and the bus off their land. If I were the council, I'd want to and all.
Has she done this sort of thing before?
All the time. What do they expect me to do? When am I going to get a bus on Christmas Day?
I'd be happy to drive you.
Well, on the downside, Anne-Louise happened to mention that she found my company utterly repugnant, which was somewhat disheartening. And though one's not entirely convinced by her arguments, one's forced to concede a certain amount of defeat when one has an injunction restraining one from going within a mile of her house.
I don't believe this.
Why? It's quite beyond me. I only wanted to talk to her. I have never, as she claims, tried to force myself on her physically. The accident with the bed was pure bad luck.
Yes, thank you, boy. All very moving.
Well, if I could just mention the struggles I've had with my carnal appetites.
Thank you. I think we'll save that for another day. Tempus fugit. Alistair.
You know what I've been doing?
Yes, I'm afraid we do, but sure we'd be intrigued to hear your version of it.
I graduated in June. Since then, I've played in 27 different tube stations, 17 shopping centres, 12 garden parties, and a cross-channel ferry.
Yes. Well, I think we'll draw a veil over that tragic little saga. Sad that all that money spent on your education hasn't paid dividends. Well, Morty. Any achievements? Any giant leaps for mankind?
Something and nothing, Pa.
We shall not be moved. 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 No.
Is she all right? Can I talk to her? Where have you been? It's a bit late for that. The bloody cops have kept in on it.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
It's okay, love. Panic's off.
How do you manage it?
One of my lads done the trick. She knows him, you see. Ex-altar boy. Used to slip a bit on dregs of communion wine after Mass. Come on, love. You're on solid ground.
You gonna charge her?
Oh, I'll put it down to youthful exuberance this time, love. Make sure it doesn't happen again, eh?
Come on, Gran, let's get you home before you do some real damage. Can I offer anyone a lift? Oh, Tar.
Joanna, your sister works for me. I'm delighted to meet you.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to remember where you were the afternoon of the 22nd?
I'll just get her settled down. See you later, Gran. Fancy a brew?
I think we've had more than a cup of tea, don't you? As I see it, there really is no option. Your granny will have to move her bus.
Oh, yeah, but where to? She won't shift a foot without me, Dad. Now, if that old bugger'd move...
You weren't there, Carmen.
How'd you get in?
You were sitting target here, you know. You want to look in some decent security locks.
Look, I've had a few problems. I need more time.
Carmen.
Ask her, go on. Hasn't my gran just tried to dive off the church roof?
I wouldn't start taking the piss, Carmen, from where I'm sat. You're not in a good position. Sure, aren't we? How has that happened? Especially when I hear we've been doing a spot of freelancing. Clarendon Avenue. Your pet driving the van. Now you know how upset it makes me. You doing foreigners when you're under exclusive contract to me. What about the rest of this?
I'll get it.
I know you will. I know what you can do when you set your mind to it. But just in case you've got any idea that it's not that urgent. Oh God, isn't that terrible? They don't make toys like they used to. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, in full. Ah, the beauty is Petula. Tell your sister to get her out together. I'd hate that nephew of yours to lose his luck so early in his career.
Well?
I need a bloody good alibi.
What about us?
They think 2 birds were involved. One accomplice, one driving.
Do you know, I think I may have a suggestion.
I'm marginally sorry to mar the festivities, Pa, but unless we can find some resources to cover our immediate debts...
It's done, Maud. Staff quarters. They're let.
Let? In what sense?
The usual sense, Roger. Tenants.
When was this arranged? Are their references up to scratch? We don't want to be opening our doors to the Riff-Raff Element.
They've signed the contract. They're paying an exorbitantly high rent, and they've coughed up 6 months in advance. Oh, expect that'll be them now.